Hi guys, welcome to my channel for a new battle report. This time I'm facing Justin Berge from Team USA, another ID player, so we are in a mirror game, my first one with the new ID book. Let's see how our lists differ a little bit. Here you have mine that you saw already multiple times, and here's Justin's list. So basically he has the Master Prophet on the Bastion with the mask, full option, so Flintlock Axe, triple speed, Lugger dice, and magical resistance 2. An Adept of Pyromancy, and then a Vizier, a BSB with a little bit of stuff as well, some magical resistance, 22 Blunderbuss with Flaming Banner, 15 Flintlock, 20 Vassal Levies with bows, 20 Slaves, 1 Kalim Chariot with Great Weapon, a Gunnery Team with Rocket Battery, 5 Vassal Cavalry, a Slingshot, an Infernal Engine with Rocket Battery, and Kalim Titan. So basically you have 3 War Machines who can shoot, a big monster with a good lateral movement, a Chariot who can do some zoning, and then you have the big block of Blunderbuss with some additional small block to add some range damage or chaff. We are playing Marching Column on the map number 13, and we are playing this round Secure Target. I remember it's the same scenario for everybody, secondary objective for everybody. Regarding spell, I decided to take Quicksilver Lash to threat in particular the tank. Silver Spike is really good in this game as well. And then we have Rod of Iron, Hereditary Spell, of course, for the last time before the rework of the Hereditary Spell. And then Occultism 1 and 4 Double Blast. I decided to go with the Toxic Breath Weapon as well as the number 1, which is the Pentagram of Pain, the D6. And my opponent took almost the same as me, but the -1 arm save in addition, and then Flaming Sword and Hereditary for the Wizard Adept. Matchup analysis. Basically, my estimation of the game was slightly negative due to him having double Warcat, which is a big threat, in particular for the Bull, but as well for the tank, and a little bit to the Bastion. But the map is giving me some hope, because we have 2 big hills, as you will see in the next slide, and basically give me some possibilities to hide my big target, so why not? I guess the spot in front of the hill seems a good spot to put Secure Target. I expect him maybe to put it on the other side of the board, and basically to have each of us to have a strong flank, kind of, and then to go across the board. That was what I was expecting in this scenario. I think it will not be easy for him to push me, because I have quite a strong list in combat, in particular to his. I have good counter to the Kalim Titan with the Lugger and the Bull, having ward save against fire, and I have the close combat tank, which can be a pain in the ass as well. So we will see how this goes, but it will not be easy for him to go really for a push. Deployment, we exchange some drops. We are in Marching Column, so I will try to explain you, because this is interesting. He started from the left, I started from the right, he chose the side. He took the bottom part, I had to take the top, and then he put his marker in the center. So I decided to put myself as far as possible to the right, to give some space in between. I thought the right part of the board is a bit more favorable for me because of the forest and so on, so seems more attractive to me. And then I decided to make him start to deploy. He started to deploy to the left with the light cavalry. I started on the right with the light cavalry, which was deployed, looking to the left, more or less. Then he put Kalim Chariot. I put a unit of Vassals, shooters. And then he decided to put a unit of Flintlock. I responded with a Lugger block, and then he started with War Machines. I had a War Machine, Slaves, and when I saw this unit of Slaves, this is where I decided to drop everything in order to give him the first turn. My idea was because when I see these Slaves, basically I know that the rest of the army will be to the right, which means no possibility for the tank to go shoot on the left part of the board. So I was able to calculate the distance from this gunnery team and put my two big targets out of shooting range, to put myself out of shooting range from the Bastion as well. So basically give him almost no shots on turn 1, which was quite interesting. So I dropped everything, and then I dropped Slaves, Bunker with Mage and PSB, double Slingshot here with good line of sight, my double war machine, bastion unit, and then to the left, using the hill as well and being far away from the shot at the moment is also a good way for me to threat for this single point in the center, because coming to the left he will need to commit, to focus a bit of his range damage to deal with the tank, which is quite resilient, as well as the bull. So yeah, that's it for deployment. His turn 1, he moves slightly forward, puts the corner of the tank on the hill, puts the bastion with a small line of sight to my bastion unit and war machines, and the rest moves a bit back from the left with the Kadim chariot to cover a bit my possible movement. He puts a silver spike on my war machine, but rolls a 1 to wound, so luckily for me. Then he puts -1 armor save onto my bastion. I have to let that in, it was a high roll. And then I'm able to dispel the soft comet hereditary. Shooting is able to kill one of the vassal. And slingshot doesn't hit on 6 up against my bastion to make me flammable. My turn 1. And yeah, he did 2 wounds with the... I don't remember which rocket, but he was able to wound me on 4+ with the mask and do 2 wounds to my bastion. So this is a good start for him. My turn 1, I move 10 forward with the tank. I stay behind the hill with the bull at the moment. And I move cautiously a bit forward with the Lugar, using the forest, again the bastion unit in particular, which would make him hit me on 6+. So that's quite good, and I'm still a bit far away from the bastion at the moment, which is good because the Lugar are quite sensitive to this blunderbuss shot. And then not a lot of movement. Yeah, my backline stays a bit the same. In Magic, he uses Binding Scroll for Quicksilver Lash, because basically I put myself with the bastion within 18 of the tank, and then myself within 24 with the big mage against the tank. So I had a lot of things to do. So yeah, Binding Scroll on the Quicksilver Lash, cast a breast weapon onto the bastion, and yeah, was in. And then a silver spike onto the little rocket, but I rolled a 1 to wound. Catapult did 1, did nothing. The other one make a misfire 3, and then with some shots I think I killed maybe one of the vassals, and that's it. His turn 2, he moved forward with the bastion. So I was able to cast as well an hereditary spell here on the hill. He moves forward, and yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you that. With blunderbuss shot plus the breast weapon from the bastion toxic, I was able to cause 3 wounds to the tank, which is quite good. That's also the reason why I decided to move back with the tank, to anticipate me going for the central position, and therefore zone me a little bit with his shooting and movement. So he moves the Kadim a bit more to the hill to be able to see my bastion. And then the left, yeah, remains more or less static. In Magic, he cast a soft comet here. I cannot dispel it. Then put as well +1 armor save onto this unit with a high roll in. And then I'm able to dispel Flaming Sword onto this unit. My hereditary, which is here below the unit, doesn't come down. And then he's able with the slingshot to give me 1 flammable occurrence onto this unit, rolling a 6. Then he used the flaming banner and kills like 2 guys in this unit, so not too much. And the light Carlo is able to give me flammable token on the tank as well, which is good for him. And then he's able to kill 2 Lugars with these arrows and kill 2 other guys. Or no, put 2 wounds on the bastion. With a combination of the war machines, he put 2 wounds on the bastion, which is not too bad for him. Already lost 4 wounds on the bastion, which is quite a lot. My turn 2, I move forward with the tank and put the bull below. Basically, if he moves 9 or moves 6, he will not be able to shoot me without hard cover, which is my aim. To the right, I decide to move a bit forward with my Lugar. And yeah, that's it, more or less. Move a bit back to be out of charge range of his bastion. You never know, he's on the hill. In my Magic, I'm able to I move my mage here. Since I was out of charge range, it's not bad, so I was able to get a line of sight here. I put Quicksilver Lash and was able to do 1 wound to the tank. And then Silver Spike again on the war machine rolls a 1 again, so nothing. And then I was able to put, I guess, +1 armor save onto the bastion unit, and it dispelled the soft comet, which was the big card. With my soft comet, I think comes down, does the 2 remaining wound on the tank, which is really nice. Maybe 1 wound to the bastion, And I think with the shooting and soft combat, I was able to put totally 2 wounds to the Kalim Titan, which is not bad. His turn 3 moves forward with Kalim Titan, a bit forward as well with the Bastion unit to be able to threat me. Here, as you can see, I made a kind of a free corridor for the orcs. I moved forward to be ready to chaff on the coming turn. And basically my idea was if he charges me, I can always flee over and be safe still in the board. So I decided not to charge, move a bit forward. Here to the left, he chaffs my tank with the light cavalry. Puts the Kalim chariot to counter charge if needed. In magic, I use my Binding Scroll on Quicksilver Lash because he has the range with the Bastion to cast spell against my tank. He's able to put +1 armor save again on the Citadel Guard. I have to let that. I dispel the soft comet, and he's able to put Flaming Sword, I guess, onto this unit. On shooting, he kills one of the Lugars, and with his rocket, he puts the shot onto my Bastion, and he's able to kill me. So yeah, that was quite a lot. Between the, I guess the soft comet made like 1 wound, then the unit of the Bastion made another wound, and then the rocket was able to finish the Bastion. He had 3 times to wound with the rocket on 4+, he was able to wound the 3 times and then to finish me. So that's life. My turn through, things are getting a bit more complicated since I have no more Bastion and his Bastion has still 7 wounds. So I put my chaff in place and prepare myself to go around because I know that I have a couple of rounds to try to be near this objective. On the left I move forward but within the forest with my front to be covered for possible shooting but still be able to threat the Kalim Titan. And the rest I moved a bit War Machine to be ready to shoot at the Bastion this time. I took the charge, even I have to overrun, I think. I have no choice. He was able to pass the terror on a 9 with no reroll, so yeah, that's it. And here I put my bull back because you are forced to overrun with the engine, which is quite annoying. So I didn't know where my tank would be to give cover to the bull, and since I'm towering presence, I cannot benefit either from field or wall or anything. So I have to go back. So I decided to go back behind the hill at the moment. And we'll see what I do next with the Overlord, but he's quite expensive. I don't want to risk too much on his shooting. In the magic phase, I try a Silver Spike against Bastion, but I fail. And then I'm able to cast an hereditary spell. And I guess that's it. And with shooting, I do maybe 1 wound to the Bastion and give him flammable. And I guess I put another soft comet. I didn't do any wounds to the Bastion, but I was able to put here soft comet and a flammable token with the shots of these guys. His turn 4, I killed the cavalry and overrun. His turn 4, he moves around with the chariot to bait me to charge and then be out of the table, which is smart for him. Moves a bit back with Kalim Titan, turns around with the Bastion and reforms to be able to shoot in my flank, and therefore to maximize each hit will be 2 hits. He's within short range, so he should be able to kill me without any problems. In the magic phase, he does a Silver Spike onto my mortar but fails. Does a Quicksilver Lash to my tank and with reroll to wound does 2 wound. And my soft comet comes down, kills. He was flammable, so that was interesting. I did 2 wounds to 1 wound to the Bastion only, and then I kill 5 Infernal Warrior, couple of Flintlock, and I guess that's it. A couple of slaves, but that was it. Not bad. My turn 4, yeah, we had no combat. My turn 4, basically he was able to kill my my light cavalry. My turn 4, decided not to take the bait. I position myself to protect the center. I have still 3 wounds left, so not too bad. I move around to be ready to go for the objective. This War Machine has an incident, so I go to the side, and this one should be able to shoot. I move a bit forward with the Lugar, but still pay attention, not him going out of my arc. And yeah. In the magic phase, I did a Silver Spike, and this time I wound the War Machine. I rolled 3 wounds, which is not bad. I tried a soft comet, dispelled by my opponent. The Ballist was able to do... So he has 2 wounds. I guess with the Ballist I was able to do another 1 wound maybe. This time I rolled a Misfire 3 with this War Machine. Really unlucky until now with the War Machines. And I was able to kill 2 vassals this time with the shot of the bows. And that was it. His turn 5. I charge with the Guardian Titan against my Orc, I flee over my War Machine, I redirect onto the Lugar, which are fine to take this combat. I think his idea was to stick in combat, maybe make me flee on terror, I was able to pass it, and then maybe also stick me because of the objective. I'm still a bit far away at the moment and I have 2 scoring and he has only 1. He moved with the Bastion looking towards the objective, also be able to do magic, shooting and so on onto different units. To his choice, because you shoot 360, so you can choose actually. Yep, and yeah, that was it, I guess. And yeah, moves around with the chariot to threat me with any charge flank and so on. So his magic turn 5. Let's see. He does flaming sword. I dispel it, I guess, onto the Bastion. I dispel it. Quicksilver Lash dispel as well, which was important. +2 armor save was cast onto the Bastion unit. And with the shot, he was able to kill 2 of my blunderbuss. Close combat, I saved like he did like 6 or 7 to me total. I had ward save 2+, I saved everything. And I did 3 wounds to him, so he died. Basically, he had a charge, but I had a rank, a standard, and 3 wounds, which is 5. So he was losing by 4, so he depop. Which gives me a possibility to charge in the flank this unit, which is not bad, but still quite far away. I tried to charge, but I failed. It was a 10 on 2 dice. Then I charged with my tank onto the flintlock. They flee over the War Machine, which was my target because they are scoring. I don't want them to go any way near the center objective. And then I redirect, needing a 10 to go onto the War Machine, but I failed the charge. Yeah, that's it. I put the bull again back here. I had 2 possibilities. Either put the bull behind the tank, but I was a bit afraid with 2 flammable occurrence that he would shoot at me, or maybe do magic, kill the tank, or threat me with a bolter. I was afraid of the tank dying and then the bull be alone. That was a bit the problem. So basically I decided to put the bull back. I thought with Guardian Titan dead, I'm looking really good with 4 scoring unit against 2 for the objective. So I should be able to win this game, so let's not take any unnecessary risk. That was a bit my idea. I put my War Machines to be, it's cool because now I have 2 bolt thrower in short range from the Bastion, also 1 catapult short range, 1 long range. It's looking not too bad for the shooting. He has still 5 wounds, but I have 2 turns of shooting with a lot of multiple wounds. So you never know. And yeah, that was the failed charge. And that's it. I move also forward a bit with my Hobgoblin, but still to be able to shoot at his vassals. Magic. I did the Silver Spike against the Bastion, was dispelled. And then I was able to do totally 4 wounds to the Bastion, finally doing something with my catapult, one time 3 wounds, one time 1 wound with the, I guess, one of the slingshot. So he has only 1 wound remaining, which is quite interesting for me. Finally, he's also close to dying with his Bastion. And let's move on to his turn 6. It charges with the Kalim Chariot, of course, my tank, who is flammable, so not too bad for him. Moves forwards with the War Machines to shoot me against my War Machines and so on, passes the DT, and march with the Bastion to basically, I cannot come here close to 1 inch and be within 6 of the scoring, so it tries to make my life difficult to try to score the objective. His magic, he puts -1 armor save onto the tank. I have to let that in. I think the tank will die anyway, so I let that in and I decide to help my scoring unit. I need to secure the scenario. And then with 5 dice, he puts a flaming sword onto the Kadim Chariot against the tank. Again, I think that's a bit of overkill in my opinion, but I can understand why he did that. So yeah, he did that, and with my 5 dice I was not able to dispel it. So in shooting, he killed 7 of me. I was able to pass the leadership check, so I will be fine for the scenario. And yeah, I guess that's it. Here, close combat, he kills the tank. Basically, he did like 2 wounds between impact hits. I think just with the Kadim Beast and the Volcanic Embrace, he was able to do 2 wounds to my tank. Then I rolled my grinding, I rolled 4 wounds totally, and he was able to save 2 of them, so he was alive, and then he attacked with the 4 attack of Lugra, strength 6, he was able to kill me. wounding on 4+ because of Flaming Sword, rerollable, and so on. So yeah, it was not a problem for him. My last turn, you have a small spoiler, but basically I move around to get the scenario. He wasn't able to rally the flintlock, by the way, and here I move forward to get the scenario. I move myself in order to be able to maximize shooting against Bastion. I put a lot on the Bastion and was able to kill it. I was able also to kill the small war machine with 1 life point, so that was good to take. And I tried to put both bolt thrower against the cannon chariot, but I was not able to kill it. I had some cover, it was too difficult. So yeah, that was it. At the end of the game, it's a 16-4 for me, because I killed a bit more than him, and I got the scenario, which was quite huge towards the end. So yeah, tense game, really interesting game. Thanks a lot, Justin, for the game. It was great to play against you. We had really fun. It was long, but really interesting game. So what can I say regarding this game? I didn't expect him really to put his marker so centrally and put a strong flank against the strong flanks. That was a little surprise to me. I think my idea with the deployment and make him start worked quite well for me, because I was able to put some of the unit, Bastion and the small rocket, out of range to shoot me, which is not bad. If you consider you have 6 turns of shooting, having 2 big units that don't shoot 1 turn is not bad as a start. As I said, turn 5 I had the opportunity to maybe try something with the bull on turn 6, but I didn't like that risk. I think a mistake that I did was not to use more Pentagram of Pain. If you see, I didn't cast it 1 time, and this would have been a good possibility to heal at the same time the Bastion. So I should definitely have used much more the Pentagram of Pain rather than Silver Spike and so on. Pentagram of Pain, I casted 3 times Silver Spike onto the small war machine. I could have casted on turn 1 directly the Pentagram of Pain and try to heal me as soon as possible. So I think here I have missed something with the possibility of Pentagram to heal myself. And I guess with the Lugard that worked quite well on the right flank, I was able to block Kadim Titan a little bit and also to give myself protection with the forest to not take too much damage from shooting. I was at the same time a bit far away from the Bastion, so that worked quite well, I guess. Okay, that was it for this game. I will not talk too much about the round result, what happened in the other round and so on. I will do it in a separate video, in a kind of review of the tournament, the ocho. I think it will be better. We can spend a bit of time discussing about what happened during the round and so on. I will try to present you that shortly in a video. Thanks a lot for watching this final round of the ocho, which ended up in a good note for me. That's always good to finish on a winning note. Thanks again, Justin, for the game. And thanks again, Team USA, for the organization of the ocho. Talk to you soon on my channel. Bye-bye, guys.